Welcome, and this is our sixth week already. Time flies. And today I'd like to start with this further cause for possible burnout and depression. And it is poor fairness and/or injustice. I took this out of a book written by this lady I have already mentioned once, Jennifer Moss. And she explains this in her book called The Burnout Epidemic, The Rise of Chronic Stress. And you will find the link again to this article. And this is what she says about poor fairness and injustice. She refers to unfair treatment, including bias, favoritism, mistreatment by a coworker or supervisor, and also unfair compensation and/or corporate policies. But what she is referring here about is really also values. So when we experience poor fairness or injustice, this is really touching our personal values. And this is why I've decided today to introduce this business framework from misalignment, drag, to coherence. And I'm now going to explain what it is. And then I'd like to guide you through today through a little practice. So why does it matter? The title of this series is Thriving Outside, Drained Inside. And this is a clear signal of the so-called misalignment drag. And we experience this when the skill set, what we do, the mindset, this is the way we think, and the heartset, this is what we value. These are our principles and values. When they are not in coherence or synchronized, our energy goes down. So for a while, our performance may look very fine, but the meaning becomes little. And this may lead to an emptiness inside, moving over to burnout or even depression. What is coherence? From a universal wisdom perspective, it's expressed in this very simple manner. When the heart knows, the mind clears and the hands follow. Expressed in our today's words, when the heart set is coherent, the mindset sharpens and skill set compounds, and we are at our very best. So the decisions start really feeling like governments of a living system. And we are not struggling, everything flows. So there is a so-called sustainable sequence, which is really heart set over to mindset, over to skill set. Why? First, we need to feel the coherence of value and meaning. This is the heart set. And then we move over to mindset. This is the perspective we can perceive reality without distortion, without bias. And finally, we have all the skills and competencies to execute consistently and well. If this sequence is reversed, we can, of course, obtain results for a while, sometimes even very impressive ones, but it has a cost. And this cost is energy leaks, a certain cynicism which may creep in. And we feel that we achieve success, but we do not feel that we are being fulfilled. So today, I'd like you to do something during this little period of time we have together. I hope you have a piece of paper next to you and also a pen. And I'd like you to write down now 3 skills, which are the main skills you wish to experience in your position or in your life. If you are self-employed or employed in an organization, it has no effect at all on this practice. So think about it and you put them down. The three most important ones for you. And I keep quiet for a minute. I hope you have them. I'm sure you have. So I move to the next. And I'd like you now to think of three mental assets, which are for you a necessity to experience in your life for you to blossom. And I put some examples to give you an idea. Three again, and I keep silent again. And now I move on to Heartset. These are really your personal values. I often speak also of principles, speaking the language of universal wisdom. Which are the three most important values or principles you need to experience in every situation in your life so that you can really feel happy and in harmony? And now I move to the next step. Now you have your 9 elements. I'd like you to rate them. So next to each of them, you are going to put a score. Using this scale, 1 is the less good result. It means that this skill, for example, is completely absent today in your profession or in your activities. Then it moves on to 2, rare, 3, from time to time, 4, consistently, most days, and 5, every day. So my invitation to you, you put a 1 to 5 score next to each of the elements you have put down. And then you add together everything, and you will have your score. And this is how you can then interpret your score, your result. You see at the bottom of this slide, there is also a so-called faster flags. Everything in Heartset, which is below 2 or equal to, there is definitely a potential moral conflict. If we come back to the topic of the second slide, injustice or fairness, that might be one. So based on your result, I would like you to reflect now on what is your next power move for this week. And I would love to say for the following weeks. It's not a one-time exercise we do today. So what will you stop doing? What will you pause? What will you start? That honors a heart set value. What will you ask, for example, your manager that will enable you to exercise one of your skills more often, at best, every day? And finally, what kind of boundary are you going to set for yourself? For example, as far as time is concerned, focus on, and also about your own ethics. I would love to give you again some time to reflect and write down. Consider this also a commitment to yourself, knowing that you are the architect of your own life. I presume you are now done and you have your result and you have taken some decisions. And I would love to move from decision to commitment to yourself, towards yourself. So from misalignment, drag, we move over to flow. And this is really happening in our life when the three skill set, mindset, heart set are harmonized. Then energy within our bodies is increased and everything falls easily. So alignment is a real practice, and it is up to us to design our work, our life, so that it does fit who we truly are and who we truly are becoming. This is, let's say, a permanent practice. It's not a mini practice or a one-time reset practice. It is up to us to reflect on a regular basis on these three elements. Behind those three, there is so much more. This is what you have experienced now as this practice. This is only part of this questionnaire with which you can find out how is balance experienced in your own life and in which areas it is a necessity for you to adapt, to transform. And I see there is something in the chat. Okay, this is Prem saying that he's got to go. Goodbye, Prem. Okay, so I'd like again to invite you to practice. And if you have not done the exercise with me today during this webinar, I'd like to invite you to really do it afterwards. It is simple, easy. Best is that you do it spontaneously. Because when you act spontaneously, this is really your other wisdom and knowledge within your body, which is answering these questions. But when I look at the watch, I see that we have some more time today, not much, but I'd like to guide you through a little meditation. It is going to be a shortened version, but nevertheless, I'd like you to experience it. It is titled A Little Prince Walk, because in my imagination, I had the story of the Little Prince by Saint-Exupéry. So now I'd like to invite you to close your eyes, sit comfortably on your chair, palms up on your thighs, feet on the ground, and with the tip of your tongue behind your apathesis. This is increasing attention and awareness of your body. You breathe in on the count of 4, you hold on the count of 1, and you exhale on the count of 6. And we repeat, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold on 1, and exhale on 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now before you, there is a gentle shimmer which gathers into an ancient house, which also look like a temple, like part temple, part library, and quiet as a desert night. And you place your palm on your heart, and a small, bright companion wakes inside you. This is the wise child, and I would love to say again. And it feels like that curious traveler who crosses suns to ask simple, true questions, whispers. And he says, guide me. And now both of you step forward. And you arrive on the first door. A calm gatekeeper nods and opens the door. The room is white and bright. And you breathe like drawing water from a deep well, in a steady manner and grateful. And with each out breath, you lay down one worry. With each in-breath, you pick up as one small star of calm, quiet mind. And now you think the essential is carried quietly in my heart. And now you arrive at door number 2. And you scan your body from crown to soles. And you notice, yet do not fix. Wherever it aches, you place a gentle hand for permission, not for pressure. Your body is that simple box the pilot sketched. And inside your body lives the sheep of your vitality. And you say to yourself, I am kind to my body. And you feel that your body answers with a soft yes. And now you come to the third door, the quiet mind. Your thoughts pass like quick clouds, and you are the open sky. Some labels appear. For example, planning, judging, remembering, my to-do list, and so on. But you let them drift. The space remains. And in that space, clarity isn't forced. It is allowed. And you move on and you reach the fourth door, which is your heart's compass, seeing with the heart. There is now a small brass key which is warming your palm. And around you, there are some tokens. They are special because they are named like this: integrity, curiosity, compassion. Choose the one you need most today and ask, where will I leave this in the next few hours? And let an answer land simply, because it is simply your truth. And now you come to the fifth door. And behind this fifth door are your talents, your own planet. So you find benches of tools. On one side, strengths that already sing, and on the other, shy gifts asking to grow. So choose one talent to practice today with lightness, like sweeping your little volcanoes each morning, with devotion, not pressure. And you feel your energy lifting. There are many more doors which can be opened. I would now love you to imagine the next door, and what do you find behind this next door? What do you find for your own happiness? For you to blossom even further? For you to grow for your next position? What would you love to experience so dearly in your next position or in this next life phase? And I now would like to bring back your attention to your breathing, to start moving your hands, your feet, coming back into your body. And you know that you can return to this house anytime with many, many more doors. And you will be walking door by door with your wise child. And you will be caring for the token you have taken with you today. And you will be following your North Star, one honest breath at a time. Our journey continues next week. On this slide, the next steps. The Scent of Knowing, the 4-day retreat in Catalonia, is taking place. I am most grateful about it. I very much look forward to this experience. Then we also have our reset day on December the 6th. So far, there are not so many registrations anyway. We will see what is happening. And during this day, for you to know, we go much, much deeper than the 30 minutes every week can allow us. And we continue this next week with gratitude. And I love this laughing all. And I wish you to continue your day today laughing and happy and enjoying this wonderful autumn weather we have.